LinkedIn Live. Hopefully, you get some wonderful takeaways you can apply right after the show and see some real benefit and ability to really start leveraging LinkedIn for greater success. So, what is the important topic today? It's setting realistic, more importantly, relevant goals that you could track against to see your progress. There's a saying, you can't manage what you can't measure. The best way to do it is to follow what you've done. What does that mean? LinkedIn gives you same day results. So whatever you do today, you could see the almost majority of it being interacting or non with you. Based on what you receive, the key question then is that's what you're intending to receive. If you get a collateral or a side benefit and figure it's a win, it's really a misdirection. So what do? Well, if possible, move to quantitative. If you move to qualitative, it's more about emotion than it is about facts and figures. Numbers don't lie. And so the key is if your goal is, let's say, monetary, and you want to develop business, then how many clients are you picking up? How many connections are you picking up? How many interactions, comments are you picking up? How many people see your profile? Well, these are all numbers that are available to you, and you could set goals against and measure. You know, the people who don't set goals are typically individuals who don't want to share in responsibility or accountability, and primarily to themselves. You know, the game is between you and yourself. And there's too many people thinking, you know, they'll just set and forget, let LinkedIn do the hard work. They just put something on the hook, come back to it later and see if something caught. That's silly. You know, you would never put 20 minutes into a career and then come back later in the afternoon and see what happened. You got to work it, and you got to work it up. And the only way to know true qualitative direction is to have measurable goals. And how do you achieve those goals? Well, that always goes back to alignment with what's your intention primarily on being on LinkedIn and what would make you really happy to achieve on LinkedIn. And in most cases, it's a redirection of effort and time and thought that used to be relegated to more traditional forms of marketing that don't work and won't be as effective going forward into the future. So LinkedIn offers you that bridge. The benefit is really about not what LinkedIn is. LinkedIn is bulletproof. You don't have to worry about them. They provide the platform. You need to provide the voice and the distribution of that voice, and then have something that you can measure against to make sure you're not going off into the wild blue yonder somewhere or starting to do 3-4 things at the same time and getting diluted. So stick to whatever it is you're focused on. You know, there's a saying, niches are riches. On LinkedIn, that's so true. And, you know, why be opaque? Why not share what you're looking for? Give everybody an opportunity to support you. You know, I went from 5,000 connections to 25,000 connections in 4 months by organizing, facilitating support among all of my best trusted relationships. And we created an unbelievable positive force for LinkedIn that propelled me to 30,000 connections. So I know of what I speak. I've been posting every day for 3 years, and now I'm doing LinkedIn Lives every day for the last 4 months, and I'm doing it multiple times a day while I'm doing everything else. But it's because I've got a system, I've got a process, because I carefully allocate my time to things that I can get a benefit from. If you want to really break it down, it's no different going to a grocery store, right? You have to have a list or an idea what you're there for, or you probably won't come back with what you need. And you have to have currency to pay for it. So it's not what do you want, and it's not what do you need, it's what do you deserve, and what are you giving in relationship to getting. But, you know, that's really then gets folded into, what do you want to do today? Okay. And some of this can be extremely simple. You know, people complicate so much, and then they justify their complication with the foundation for it not working, but it's never about them. You know, and I'm not hard on people, but I know 95% of everything I say, people will say, that's a great idea, and never do anything about it. And that gives everybody a competitive advantage who is action driven and make your goals and measurable goals, things about activities you do that in turn create opportunities back to you from what other people do. You know, and sometimes it's just being the first. If you're waiting for something to happen, stop. Make it happen. Create your own opportunities. You don't worry about what doesn't happen if you're busy doing things that do or can. Busy gets everything better. And you'll learn better, you'll learn faster, and you're outpacing the field. Eventually, there's a penetration point where once you break through, you're away from the mob. You're on your own. You're elevated. You've got top of mind awareness. You've got a voice that counts. And you've got an opportunity to reinvent the value you bring to the marketplace based on today's you and today's relevancy. But without measurements, you have no guidepost. You have no context. LinkedIn's a long game. It takes patience, takes understanding, and more importantly, it takes support. And no one can make it on their own on LinkedIn, or shouldn't, because it works against you instead of for you. So anyways, please take this advice. What you can do today, set a goal. As simple as it is, as easy as it is, don't make it complicated, make it achievable, because who's fooling who? And then see if you do it, because eventually you can work backwards from your goal to check your process to say, I'm going to change my message. I'm going to change who I send it to. I'm going to change what time I send it. Whatever you want to do, there's all kinds of different dials you can choose to focus. And then once it's focused, drill, keep drilling. More the better, right? How many times does it take to get exposure, to get top of mind awareness? A long time. How much do you do it? A short time. So anyways, I'm trying to motivate you, trying to share what I'm doing, what I'm getting could be what you're doing if you do what I'm doing. And we'll all get the same. And please reach out to me. If you want to learn more about my LinkedIn Live program, this is it. Okay. LinkedIn Live hasn't been around that long. Not that many people are doing it, and very few are doing it right. And very few people are doing it as a primary interest, which I am. So if you want to join and team up and partner with something that's on the front end, that's only going to accelerate so much faster in the fast lane, get in touch with me. I'm looking for 2 or 3 opportunities. That's it. So thank you very much. I'll look forward to talking with you tomorrow. Don't wait until then. Share this with others. Reach out to me. Love to hear from you. Love to see your success happen faster, bigger, and better together.